running backs is one of those positions where you're either gonna have success or you're not, and there's only so many guys in the league that you really just feel great about drafting.
Yeah, for sure. And if we taking running backs, the first one that I would take, obviously, I'm not a Christian McCaffrey fan. I know he's gonna put up numbers. Like I said, it's the health thing for me. I had talked about Bijan Robinson would be probably my top pick at running back. Either that, or I would go and try to get Jameer Gibbs from the Lions. I mean, dudes who's going to get consistent touches and dudes who could actually do something with the rock when they got it. And I say Christian can't. It's the availability that worries me on McCaffrey. But in the perfect world, if he's healthy, of course he's the first one you take.
Yeah, and that's a big concern, especially in fantasy. Nothing like missing 4 weeks and all of a sudden, especially since you're going to spend a lot to get him. I'm right there with you. To me, unless he falls to me in the first round of the draft kind of situation,
Mm-hmm.
I just really don't see me taking him. But I like Gibbs as a sneaky guy.
Oh yeah.
Um, I think Saquon Barkley might be a nice fit in Philadelphia. I can see him producing. They have him at number 5 on the list on my ESPN list, which I think is a little higher than
They
I'd
got him at
really
five
want to
on mine.
draft him. I think
Yeah.
Isaiah Pacheco is a real interesting candidate as a consistency guy.
And this is
Um,
year 3, so honestly, this is probably going to be his best year to date. And
wants to
I
get
think
paid, right?
yeah, he got to crack that 1,000.
Right. Really needs it this year.
Yeah, he's
And
got to
really,
do it.
that's what we're really digging for is running backs that can produce that 1,000 yards. That's become less of a thing than it used to be. It used to be every team had a guy just
It's a
about. And
passing lead, as they say.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, but still though, most running backs still get about 1,000, if not real close. So I mean, it's almost becoming a forgotten art. But yeah, Pacheco
right.
is real interesting. But before I take Pop, like I said, I take a dude like Derrick Henry after the first two
Yeah,
men I mentioned. Like somebody who I know is going to get the ball. I'm not saying Pop won't, but dude, we know how Kansas City is. We're going to spread that thing out, air it out, whip it around. Pop will have to depend on too many big runs to really be a fantasy like stud, unless we just run them at the goal line kind of deal. But uh,
yeah,
I'm taking Henry. Like I said, big trust in that running game. Like I said, read option is going to be crazy. This is probably be Derrick Henry's best season.
yeah. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. He's going to look at least amazing, and they have him at number 10 on this list, and I think just but absolutely disrespectful because to me, he really is in that like top 3 to 5 running back
Mm-hmm.
option. Like, really might even be the first guy I kind of really go to just because that system is just
Mm-hmm.
tailor made for him to
Right,
be successful.
right. Smash mouth right down the gut. Yeah,
Now,
it really
now at
is.
number 11, they have Alvin Kamara, which is a guy I want to put in the do not chase, do not like. If this to me, I'd have him as like running back 3 or 4. Like if this will be your bench player, and they actually have him at number 11, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Mm-mm. I'd rather get Joe Mixon to see how he gonna
Yeah,
start off before I get Kamara because I said he gonna be down there with CJ and they definitely gonna run the ball. Or even Aaron
yeah,
Jones with the Vikings. Like, dude, there's a lot of ways I'd go with that because he's gonna be a heavy part of that offense. And what they got him ranked? Let me find him on my list. Aaron
number
Jones.
18.
Oh,
That's a
they got him at 19 on mine. Like ESPN, y'all got to get your stuff together, man.
yeah.
Goodness
Well,
gracious.
mine is from like the panel of all their guys um, graded together. So it's like not it's to give it a consensus kind of grade kind of situation. So maybe you got like an individual guy,
Well, I
one
just
of the
went to
individual
complete.
writers.
I went to complete 24
Yeah.
projections, and I went to full projection on them. So maybe that's the
here goes another guy, Najee Harris in Pittsburgh. He's rated real low at 28. I think you might be able to get a nice nice flyer on him.
Yeah.
James
And
Conner down there in Arizona.
yeah,
Yeah, that could be something.
especially for somebody who's such part of the offense. I'm surprised Najee's down so much. But then again, the Pittsburgh Steelers have been retooling some stuff, so we'll see what happens.
And another guy, this is another, I'd call him a bench guy, but J.K. Dobbins with the L.A. Chargers. I can see that being a nice pickup late. Yeah.
If I got to
I
pick
think
up a
those would be
bench,
real.
yeah, if I had to pick up a bench back, honestly, like I said, I'm still in Detroit. I'd go and get what's his name, who runs behind Gibbs. What's his name? Rob. Dang, let me look him up. See if he's on the list here. Not Robinson, David Montgomery.
Yeah.
I'd go.
He's got a few miles on him, but he's pretty legit too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's already going to be a part of that little two-head machine they got going, and I'd run him right by. If I had them both, I'd run them right behind each other almost every game. But you got to be prepared for that bye week.